for us to start. So this will be posted on the channel after we go live. I know I didn't give a whole lot of time ahead of time, but it's kind of hard to tell when we can exactly go live. But yeah, this will be the Godzilla versus Kong predictions. And as of right now, this movie is slated to come out in November 20th of 2020. 2020. A lot of 20s. And yeah, it's coming up. And we still have not gotten an official trailer. We've gotten a little things for it, but this is going to be our major predictions video for Godzilla versus Kong.
We're 8 full months away from this movie coming out, and we've had nothing come out, no posters, nothing official. We had one leaked half-a-second clip of Kong throwing a punch, some like really basic, like really blurry pictures from like concept art from other countries. Like it showed Kong with a beard, which might not have been real.
Yeah, I know.
And then there's a weird shot of Godzilla blowing his atomic breath at something, and that's not even HD. That's like it's like concept art almost. So we've gotten literally nothing for marketing for this movie so far, which is kind of disappointing. And as a fan, it's definitely something that makes me very mad. We're supporters. We want something to talk about. We want something to like watch, and they haven't given us anything. And they like instead of just like telling us that they were going to push it back, they made us think that it was going to be out in March, and thinking where's the stuff going to come. And usually their marketing is much better with like the little like thing you can see where Godzilla's at. And really cool little like features like the Monarch page, but the marketing so far has been 0% for me. It's very frustrating, but hopefully they can pick it up here and actually give us something to talk about.
You know, it's hopefully I'll pick it up closer to the release date. But yeah, it's actually been the exact opposite because the one little thing we found, the copyright strike our channel, which that's kind of the thing. Yeah, that's kind of the thing that I wanted to go over. So mainly, I remembered the main thing, which I don't want to show these really in HD, which I couldn't, because I don't want to get copyrighted or anything. But this was something I saw a while ago, and that was some action figures, a kind of statue thing, which looking at the size comparison here to the leaked image actually is pretty close, which is crazy. This is actually probably pretty accurate because in the Godzilla vs. Kong leaked scene, 2-second scene from that thing that we got fucking killed for, yeah, that is the size comparison where they're on the battleship and they are pretty around the same size. And then there was this image.
Not sure if you can copy it.
Well, this one, I'm pretty sure I can. I'm going to show it really quickly. I'm sure you've already seen it. It's the one where it shows his spines are different. They were spiky in the first one, Godzilla 2014. Then they went to the more original, how he was in the other movies. And then now maybe he's going back to the original spikes. But yeah, if we had to go over our major predictions, I mean, the main one.
What characters like we think are gonna be in it? So I'll go first.
Yeah,
I think
is that
we're doing these predictions of like what we're gonna see. Like,
yeah, I guess we can get down to who actually will win.
Yeah, we'll get into that as the ending part of this video. But as far as people that are gonna be in this, or kaiju that are gonna be in this movie, obviously the easy ones are Kong, and then obviously Godzilla.
Yeah, which hopefully this isn't the size comparison.
Yeah, that's the only we have a better Kong. Except I think it's the Kong. Actually, it kind of looks more like the Kong now, but yeah, definitely Godzilla and Kong as the main two that are going to be in this thing. But for my predictions, who else is going to be in it? I think it's pretty much given that Mothra is going to be back. Not the same Mothra as the one that got disintegrated in the last one, but you saw they showed eggs in the mid credit scenes of Godzilla versus or Godzilla King of the Monsters. Whoa. Godzilla. So you saw that in the mid credits of that, and so I'd say Mothra's back. So that's 3 kaiju, and then I think another one that's going to come back it's not King Ghidorah, but it's what Mecha King Ghidorah, something like that. Mecha King Ghidorah. Maybe I think another. Wait, I think that's another one. Mecha Godzilla is another one, and then my other prediction that I think is going to be. I think we're going to see some school crawlers make an appearance in this because we're going back to Skull Island, and I think it's a given that we're going to see a couple of them. I don't know how much of a role they're going to play in this. And then my last prediction, I'm not feeling confident about it, but I'd love to see Behemoth make a comeback. You can't just tease him in the last one and then not show him again. Hopefully, all the ones you saw bowing down, we'll see at some point in this next movie. I can't name all of them off the top of my head. But I think if I had to go over under, I'd say we're going to see at least 7 or 8 kaiju in this movie.
Yeah, well, I earlier, a long time ago, right after Godzilla King of Monsters came out, I made a major prediction that we would have an airport type scene battle from Civil War with Godzilla and Kong, all the monsters
I'd like to see that. But
they pick a side and they all charge, and that would obviously be awesome. I definitely think, as I predicted in another video, that we would see Behemoth again. In particular, maybe run into Kong, since a lot of them are going to that island. I would love to see Kong's reaction to a bunch of freaking random kaijus coming in. Yeah, I do think we'll see the skull crawlers again. I really hope we see Mothra again because I really like Mothra a lot. And then, yeah, King Ghidorah, I don't know, maybe he can grow his whole head back into the body. I don't think that would happen. But, yeah, obviously Godzilla.
Well, there is one real head from King Ghidorah that survived the – remember at the end you said the guy said, we'll take it, and that was the end credit scene. So, obviously, that head's going to be brought back into something. I don't know if they're going to have the whole thing be made out of, like, metal, but then there's one real head. I'm not really as knowledgeable in the – lore, but I feel like they're going to do something with that head, obviously.
Yeah, well, that's kind of the thing is that Mechagodzilla is basically confirmed at this point. I mean, but through all the things I've seen, all the leaks, I mean, it is almost completely confirmed. And it's kind of, I'm happy because, I mean, I was really hoping to see Kaiju like maybe destroy it or something like that because it looks so awesome. I think whatever they do will be awesome. But I think the reason they're doing Mechagodzilla is just because it's an aspect of how to get the humans involved in this movie, really. Because for the most part, it's just running away, although they were able to communicate with them. But yeah, I think it's a major way to get them involved. And I hope it somehow connects Jaegers because it's basically a Jaeger. But yeah, I think we'll still see a lot more kaijus. I think hopefully they'll set up a lot more to come in the future. But yeah, I think as far as the biggest thing, there is a winner in this fight. And that's the craziest part is the fact that and people might be getting in fights in this theater when this movie comes out.
The last prediction I was going to say is, what's his name? They kind of teased him in the last one. He's one of the classic Godzilla allies. No, it's not Gigan because Gigan's the bad guy, but it's Angurius. I think Angurius might show up in this film. I heard some teasers on him coming back, maybe, or making his first appearance. Because I thought they said they didn't have the rights to him, but then they might have just bought the rights for him to be in this next one. So he's a major ally of Godzilla. So it'd be fun to see that. And obviously Rodan, I didn't mention him. He's still alive. So Rodan definitely should be back in this film. He made a major impact in this film. He took King Ghidorah's side. So Godzilla's not too fond of Rodan because Rodan, in that one shot when he's far away, he just bows down to him right there in front of him.
Yeah, which I do realize actually that I did make a prediction. I did make a prediction video earlier, and I just forgot about that kind of. But this is a final prediction video for here. Let's see. The first chat of the day is from Sebastian, the Monsterverse by Legendary, starting with Godzilla, Skull Island, King of Monsters, Godzilla vs. Kong ends. Yeah, I hope it's still.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't end after that.
Yeah, hopefully they still find a way to continue, and I think they will. I mean, hopefully
there's endless stories.
Inevitably,
you can take it off Earth. You can go into space, and there's so many. Like just looking, like whenever I'm scrolling on the TV, I see King Kong or Godzilla versus this, Godzilla versus that. Like you could do versus anything.
Oh yeah.
And you could it'd be fun, like with what you just said. If we don't see a civil war in this film, do a film where it's like monsters versus monsters. Who's not gonna want to see that? And I mean, there's endless options. I mean, Gigan might not be in this movie. That's another major villain right there. And then
there's endless.
What's his name? What's the one with the vines?
Biollante.
Yeah, Biollante. There's millions of options. That's why this film, no matter who they pick and no matter how many kaiju they use, there's just endless opportunities. And then, like you just mentioned, the Pacific Rim crossover, that's a whole other movie that could be. Like, this is not going to end as long as it doesn't bomb in the box office. Like, say what you will, this film made money, correct? This film may not have been a huge success, but it still made a decent amount of money.
Yeah.
And then this one, it was a pretty stupid release date. It didn't make as much money as it could have, but it wasn't a bomb, right? I mean, it still made. I think it just barely got over even, but there's not been a bomb yet. So I think if Godzilla vs. Kong does as good as it should, and they market this thing the way that they should, this can make a boatload of money. This really should be, in theory, a billion-dollar film. I mean, there's no reason why it shouldn't be a billion-dollar, especially where it's coming out in the year. If it came out in the summertime, there's a lot of movies that can take over that because it's hard because movies are coming out every single week. But in November, this thing should really make a major impact, and hopefully. I remember Aquaman came out not in November, but it came out like in December, like a few weeks later, and that movie just made boatloads of money because that was during the break, and this will be during Thanksgiving break. So I think this is we're gonna see it as long as it doesn't do anything stupid. But we're probably gonna see it 2 or 3 times in theater.
Yeah, I mean, it's Godzilla versus Kong. I mean, who wouldn't want to go see this movie?
Yeah,
seriously,
and it's built up.
Godzilla versus Kong.
And say what you will, we don't like this universe, but it is a 3-film saga right now that started out with Godzilla. Next was Kong. Wait, well, no. Yeah, Kong or Godzilla. Yeah. Next was Kong, and then another Godzilla movie, and now we're gonna they're gonna go toe to toe, and they're gonna fight. And this is the next film.
Except better size comparison. I did make the things I want to see in Godzilla vs. Kong not that long ago, and I kind of did forget about that. This is definitely the final predictions. And so because before we get a major trailer, once we get a trailer, we're going to get a big idea of what's going on. But inevitably in this movie, Godzilla comes in to fight Kong. We don't know why they're fighting. We have a generalization about how close the size is. Kong's pretty big. He's probably eye level, if not taller. It's kind of hard to tell in that shot because it's so blurry. But he's right around the same size. And Godzilla's got different spikes. We don't know what abilities Kong's going to have. But at the end of the day, the director or someone really high up said there is a winner. It doesn't mean one of them dies, but there is a winner. And who is it going to be? Because this is going to be a big one.
Well, here's my thing here. For how I think that there's going to be some major fights in this movie. I mean, obviously there's going to be a winner, and we'll end it with our predictions. I just think that if Godzilla goes fire mode, which is just impossible to beat, even if he did, the only way that I think Kong has a chance to win this thing, I'm not giving my prediction yet, is if it's like, if he gets, from what I'm hearing, lightning mode. Like, he almost pulls a Thor. Like, he grabs lightning, and he's like using that. It'll be absolutely insane if they do that. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I'll just be sitting back and shoveling popcorn and enjoying it every second of it. But my prediction for who's going to win, because obviously in the end they're going to probably team up. I mean, we already know this. And hopefully, I hope neither one kills the other.
Well,
I just think because they're going to because they've both been portrayed as good characters. So I would say that my prediction for, should we address the comment or should we give our predictions?
Make sure I'm right. Yeah.
Sebastian Evero Zepita. Hey, you guys, do you want Gamera in the monsterverse? Who is Gamera?
Sorry,
him?
Yeah, this is him. Yeah, I want to make sure it was right. Well, I'm not really familiar with a lot of them.
I would be all for this thing joining the monsterverse. I have nothing against that. I would love to see this. Is he if you're still on here, is he a Godzilla ally or is he a villain to Godzilla?
Yeah, I have a feeling
he looks like he's a ally, but
yeah, I actually remembered. I think this is one of the kaijus that in that Pacific Rim Uprising movie they referenced this one and all the different things. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see obviously just any new kaijus for sure, but yeah,
I'd be all in for Gamera.
Look like they're good friends.
It looks like they're hugging in one concept, so I'm assuming he's an ally.
Yeah, I'm guessing he's an ally by that picture.
Or they just made a better fight. Okay, so my prediction, guys, for who's going to win, like the main first fight, like you said, the director said there's a winner. There's a clear winner. My prediction is that I really do think that Kong. I keep thinking I think Kong's going to throw a knockout punch, but at the same time, they just had Godzilla get beat in the first fight against King Ghidorah, so I really think that Kong is going to get beat in the first fight, but then he's going to come back with lightning powers and absolutely, like, maybe not beat Godzilla, but, like, really punch him back a little bit. So my prediction in the first main fight is that Godzilla is going to throw in another, like, tail whip and use atomic breath, and it's going to be too much for King Kong to handle the first time. But part of me thinks Kong might, like, receive that atomic breath and, like, throw a lightning rod at him or something. So I'm going to stick with everyone's taking Godzilla. That's why I want to take Kong.
It's like the Rocky Drago fight.
I'm going with King Kong. I think Kong's going to win this first fight. I think he's going to do something crazy because everyone's going to think. I mean, everyone says it's a giant lizard and a giant monkey. Obviously, the lizard's going to win. But I'm going with, even though I don't want to be rooting for either one of them because they're both good, I'm going to stick with King Kong being the victorious battle.
Yeah, I'm going to address this comment before I give my prediction. Sebastian Gamera is a giant turtle kaiju, first appeared in the 1965, I don't know how to pronounce that film, Gamera the Invincible. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's definitely...
So obviously he has a long history.
For me, yeah, because I did not know for sure. I'm not familiar with a lot of those movies. I mainly just stuck to the American versions, because those are the ones I've seen. But yeah, I mean, I'd be interested in seeing really any new kaijus, and I mean, I think there's a chance it could appear in this because a bunch of different titans. How many do they say? 17 and counting. How many
obviously,
really seen that movie?
there's you only saw like 4 or 5, probably 5 or 6, probably if you really count them all up. There was the mountain thing. There was like the Scylla thing. There was another the ultimate Muto, or what was it? Muto Prime. And there was Rodan, Mothra, King Ghidorah, Godzilla. And obviously, King Kong's out there, and then Behemoth. So that's at least 9 kaiju right there alone. And there's like many more. Because the staring guy said there's 17 and counting. So there's many more coming out. So so my prediction is King Kong winning the battle. Who's your prediction?
See, this is really confusing because there's so many different things. It's kind of like a reverse psychology because I feel like everyone's picking Godzilla. It is really like the Rocky Drago fight. And they've even mentioned that in the making of this movie, which really makes me think that it's going to be Kong because he's like Rocky in the fight. But the thing is, Kong won in the old movie. He won in that fight. So would they want to keep it the same? But then again, are they using reverse psychology that way? Godzilla also, just breaking it down, obviously Godzilla seems to have the advantage. He's a atomic breath breathing monster. But at the same time, I can't help siding with Kong. But I think, I obviously, they are both good. And I love both of them. But I would have to give it to. I'd say I wanted to pick Kong, but I just think Godzilla's going to win this fight. I just feel like they are going to.
You're taking Angry Joe's side.
Yeah, Godzilla is going to win this fight because he just can't lose. I think Kong will definitely put up a good fight, and like I said, I don't want to root for either of them, but I think Godzilla is just inevitable. And he just had a movie though, and I think they're going to go the other way with this winner of the fight because of how the old one ended. They're going to end this with Godzilla winning. But I really do hope, I think that there will be multiple fights, which obviously if one wins one fight in the beginning, who's going to win the last one. I think ultimately, hopefully they team up anyway.
Yeah, they should team up.
But yeah, Mustafa Leith, what's going on?
I would say that if you guys are familiar with Angry Joe, that basically means that Kenny and Angry Joe, the main Joe, are on Team Godzilla, and other Joe and I are on Team Kong. So if you're watching this, other Joe, you and I have to unite and pull out this win. I would love to print off a Team Kong, like make like Team Kong and then like Team Godzilla. Hopefully they sell something like that. Right now I'm on Team Kong. So.
Well, hopefully Kong's doing push-ups right now on Skull Island, getting ready.
Yeah, I would love to see what it actually looks like before. See, that's the thing is like we'll do updated predictions once we see what they actually look like in a trailer because we really don't know what. I basically know what Godzilla's gonna look like. He's not really that much different. He might have bigger spikes, but we know what Godzilla is because we just saw him last year in a film in Godzilla King of the Monsters. But we haven't seen Kong since he's been updated and upgraded into the bigger size. So. The beard it really sells it for me too. Captain America had a beard; he was a boss. Thanos never had a beard, but I don't know. Well,
there's so many things that go into this, but it is ultimately Godzilla versus Kong. It's just unbelievable, and there's just so many factors that go into it. Yeah, Sebastian, Godzilla become Fire Godzilla or Burning Godzilla, using his atomic plus to kill and destroy Kong for good. Well,
hopefully they don't kill Kong for good.
Yeah, well, hopefully.
He's only had one flipping film.
Well, yeah,
I heard rumors. Like, I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard a rumor, guys, that like it's gonna go. It went Godzilla, Kong, Godzilla King of the Monsters, Godzilla versus Kong. And I think they're gonna give Kong a second solo film, before they get another. And maybe like be Kong versus Behemoth or something like. I think Kong's he's gonna get a second major film. Maybe like just wiping out everything on Skull Island and claiming his throne again or something. But I don't know.
Yeah, well, hopefully he doesn't kill Kong, obviously. But I do think, if he's able to use that is going to be interesting for sure.
So David Brown says, "What Toho monster do you want to see in the future of the MonsterVerse? Is this like a monster that we haven't seen yet, or we'll just say the one we haven't seen yet?"
Yeah, most of the ones we were talking about are Toho.
So basically, I guess the one is Gigan.
Yeah, that's one of them.
I would say Gigan would be my most anticipated one, just because he looks like an awesome villain type character with red eyes or swords for arms. We actually have a toy of him downstairs.
Yeah,
and he's pretty cool. I'd say him or Biollante.
Yeah, I think there's a lot. Which correct me if I'm wrong if these aren't the ones I say. But obviously, Destroya is one I'd love to see. I mean, there's been some concept art that looks awesome with that, and that's up there with one of the ones I want to see the most. Obviously, Angurius, I want to see that, but the Biolante is one I really want to see. I mean, I think that would be epic to see that. You just see we've already seen a mountain move, but you just see a massive new mountain. It could be a funny moment, or you see something like, is this mountain been here before? Then
we already saw the mountain move in the last one. Remember, like a huge mountain move. Was that him?
But then this could be like a whole like countryside.
Wait, what was that? What was the mountain?
That was Methuselah one, I think. Yeah, but I definitely want to see Biolante, and I think it'd be awesome for, even if it's just like Batman v Superman, I don't care. I think it'd be awesome if Godzilla and Kong fight, and then they see something like Biolante to fight, even if it's in a Godzilla or Kong solo film. I think that'd be awesome. I mean, that one looks really cool and scary, and that is up there definitely for one I want to see for sure.
So, yeah, we should wrap it up.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because we basically gave we'll do updated. I think once we get the first trailer and we do our reaction to that trailer, we'll do a separate video talking about our updated predictions after seeing it, kind of predicting how we think the film will go with more footage, actually with actual footage to like based off of, not just what we want to see.
Yeah.
And then we could possibly do another video about if we did, just like Kenny said, the Civil War connection, what would the teams be? Like we could actually like say who's on whose team and then like make a list. Like maybe I'm Team Kong, like I just said, and your Team Godzilla, who would be on which team? I think obviously right at the bat, Rodan would be on Kong's side because he doesn't really like Godzilla that much. And then also I'd say Behemoth, because Behemoth did not want to bow originally. So I think Kong, and I think
he's bouncing on bow.
Let's not get into that argument yet because that'll be a separate video. But let me just address this one more time. Sebastian Everett says, you guys should watch D-Man 1954. Check on YouTube. Yeah, we'll definitely write that down. Kenny might already know about that.
Yeah, I have watched his channel. He has a very good channel for sure. He knows basically everything there is. I've watched a few of his videos to get informed about stuff. So he definitely runs a great channel for sure.
Kenny's much more of the kaiju expert. I'm more of just the general fan that likes Godzilla in this universe. That was kind of my universe just when we grew up. You like Pacific Rim, and we all like kaiju movies, ultimately.
Well, I thought I was a kaiju expert until I actually saw his videos.
But I'm definitely not a kaiju expert. I just know from the movies what I see and like what powers I see and who wins what battles. But
and I just wanted to say one more thing before we close it up is that I usually post a video Sunday, Monday. Sorry I didn't upload. It's been a little craziness. I just turned 21, so that's also caused a lot of craziness. But between work and college, it's been a little busy. But I will try to get a video out hopefully either by the end of this week or by the start of next week as far as kaiju matchups go. But yeah, that's the reasoning for why I didn't upload today. And I thought we'd do this live stream as a substitute of that to try to get some kaiju news out there.
But yeah, guys, all of us kaiju fans and people that want to see these movies keep being made, just keep putting their messages out there. Tell these guys, like, just support films like this, like, or support films like these, because if we want these movies to continue, we have to do our part by going to go see them. We know we already do.
Yeah, we know.
But just keep putting out the message, and also tell this company, the Legendary, Toho, all these guys, give us something to actually talk about here. Like, there's fans that we're fans of you guys. Don't copyright people that, like, this is a message for not just this company, but any company out there. When there's fans talking about your footage, like trying to promote your movie, like actually talking about your movie, don't copyright them.
Not even showing the footage that we didn't even show it.
Even if we did, we're not trying to act like we made the movie. We're trying to like get a conversation out there. When you copyright it, that makes us not want to go support your freaking movie. So,
which I understand the footage part.
They should be able to vary it though. They should be able to like say like, is this guy just putting our whole trailer out with no substance like review on it, or is it like a breakdown, like fair use? Like we're showing the picture, talking about it. Like if we just had a video of the picture for an hour, no talking, just the picture, I could understand that. But we were trying to talk about it, so I'm not talking about that at all.
Definitely I know it's one thing. Obviously, if there's footage we're using, I understand that for sure. But the difference between just showing an image and then not actually being able to talk to anyone, and not even, it's blurry footage. There's no way to even confirm it. I mean, yeah, it's definitely when you're trying to promote a movie and you're trying to get it out there for people, it's definitely very frustrating for sure.
David Brown says, what do you want to see in the world of Godzilla, the new cinematic universe Toho is planning? Is this the one that we're like right here? This is like Toho, like the.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's probably the movies we're not familiar with. So I know I really have not been able to watch any of those movies. I know I watched the Shin Godzilla. I was able to watch most of it, which I found very interesting for sure. I mean, I've made a few videos about Shin Godzilla, and I thought it's definitely a cool version of him and a very cool version of the Atomic Breath. So I am not familiar with that at all. But I mean, yeah, if I really stick to these movies, mainly the American-made movies. Not that I have anything like, not that I hate those movies. I just haven't been watching them. So much better. Yeah,
but we'll just wrap it up here. Basically, our predictions. You can go back to hear our predictions who we think we're going to see in the movie. But I'd say for our big predictions, who's going to win the battle? I'm on Team Kong. I think King Kong's going to win, even though we ultimately agree that they're going to team up in the end. But I'd say King Kong is going to win the initial fight. That there's going to be the director's saying there's a winner too.
How many fights will there be though?
Well, that's the thing. Is like we'll make future predictions. Who's going to survive and live? Remember, once we actually see who's in the movie for sure. But I say King Kong's going to win the first battle and win it clearly. And which I know it sounds like crazy, but you can come back to here and on November 21st and be like, wow, Jake really called that on the nose. So,
well, I mean, but the thing is, because like when they're on the battleship, how's that going to go down? That can't be the
I don't understand how that
battle.
starts.
Especially that. If they're right on a battleship, I mean, if that goes in the water, I don't understand how Kong could battle Godzilla in the water. He's going to be in trouble.
That's not his element.
He's going to be in trouble.
I haven't seen Kong in water except for when he was like in ankle deep water fighting off that squid or like Kraken type thing. But I say King Kong's going to win, and you say Godzilla's going to win.
Godzilla's going to win. I mean, especially that battleship. If that goes in the water, I mean, he is just done in that in particular. But like I said, I don't want either of them to die. It's going to be hard to root for one of them, but I just think Godzilla's going to win at the end of the day.
But yeah, guys, thanks for checking out this video. Thanks for coming in for the live stream, or if you're watching this in a replay and once it re-uploads to the channel. Thank you guys. Sorry for like the really late video, but we both have life hits, and it's hard to get videos out. But, there'll be a lot more to come back. What's going on here? But thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you guys. So you want to say anything?
No, I just want to say thanks for everyone who tuned into the live stream. Thanks, everyone. I appreciate it. And
David Brown, take care.
Yeah, I wanted
Hope you have a good rest of your week.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for tuning in, and I will try to, like I said, try to get another video out hopefully this week, if it works out, or definitely by the start of next week. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, and
thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you guys have a good night and have a good rest of your week, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys. Take care, everyone.
Godzilla's gonna win.
I'm on Team Kong. Kong's winning.